Hi there, this is Ava at ilovetostamp.com, and today is November 27th, 2018, and Stampin' Up! Has a very awesome special right now. This is the third day of our online extravaganza, and I thought I would make a quick video using some of the tools that are available for sale, 10% off today. So what you get today is basically a couple of tools, the tools and inks, and I kind of wanted to highlight a couple of the tools, not a couple of tools and inks. So anyway, what I wanted to highlight especially is the envelope punch board. I don't know if you own one. I didn't own it until about 2 weeks ago. And I decided I'm gonna go ahead and create a little project with it for you, highlighting some other products as well that you may want to pick up today, because today and tomorrow you'll have quite a few things that you can pick from as far as 10% off goes. So what you can get is adhesives, applicators, cleaners, cutting tools, embossing folders, framelits, Thinlits. Speaking of those, I'm using the Botanical Tags Thinlits, and it's on a very low supply currently, and I hope that by the time this hits YouTube, this will be still available so you can pick it up. It's quite beautiful. I love it because it goes with the Botanical Bliss stamp set. So anyway, that's I know that we all love embossing folders and Thinlits and framelits, so today is the day to pick them up. What else is up for sale? Ink pads, ink refills, markers, punches. Speaking of punches, we're going to be using a few today on this. And here is the sprig punch, which I'm using. And this one actually is currently on back ordered, but I'm also hoping it looks like it might be available by the time this goes live as well. So I'm hoping that it does. What else is available? Markers, blends, and the regular markers. They'll be 10% off. Once again, I already spoke about the punches, scoring tools, stamp blocks, and cases. So basically everything that is tools and inks up for sale. So if you do order from my store, which you can find at ilovetostamp.com, it's easy to remember because we all love to stamp. ilovetostamp.com. So anyway, you may want to use the November host code. I will have this on my website as well, and I will post it under the YouTube video as well. And I appreciate any order. So anyway, what I wanted to show you today is a little envelope that I created with the dashing along papers, and it's a really cute paper. Basically it's double-sided, as you can see, so it's really pretty when you give this to someone because inside is already printed as well. And the reason I created this envelope is because I wanted to create an envelope that fit my little gift that I was gifting to one of my customers, and I was giving last month away the beautiful color doilies, and I kind of wanted to create an envelope that it's easy to put inside. I didn't want to make it exactly the size, but I wanted to make it a little bit smaller than what the regular envelope sizes are, or just a little bit different size. So with that said, perhaps if you already have an envelope punch, this might be a boring video for you, but if you don't, then this could be an awesome video for you. So let's just see. So again, this is what I'm going to show you how to create. It's super fun. So what I like about the punch board is, and I hope you can see this, so what I was trying to create was basically a 4x5 envelope. So I was going for the 4x5 envelope, and I needed to cut my paper to 7.5 by 7.5, and then my score lines were going to be at 3 3/8. So here is my 7.5 by 7.5 paper. As you can see, it is double-sided, and as I mentioned, it's going to be the score line is going to be at 3 3/8. Okay, so let's get started, and it's super easy because what you'll do is you're going to basically punch at 3 3/8 on the first side, and then you'll take the scoring tool that comes with this, and there is a line here, and you basically put your scoring tool right up here, into the groove, and it's going to let you guide it. It's really easy. And then what you'll do is turn your paper 90 degrees, and what you'll do is, as you can see, there is this little line here, and then what you'll do is you are going to line, excuse me, sorry about that. My throat is dry. So you're going to line this line up with the scored line you just made. Okay, so you're not going to score it because I made this mistake before. You're not going to score it again at 3 3/8. You're basically using this guideline as where you're going to score, where you're going to punch again. So I lined this up as I mentioned, and I'm going to punch and score. As you can see, it finds the groove very easily, so don't worry about that. And I'm going to turn it again, line it up again with that scored line, and I'm going to punch and score all the way. And then I'm going to do it for the last side as well. Once again, punch and score. And I have basically a scored and punched sheet of paper here. Now what we'll do is next, I love this because on the other side you're going to basically corner around your corners. So, and we want to do that so that we have a very nicely finished envelope, right? So, and that's it, and you're done with the punch tool, so that's pretty cool. You can put it aside. I'm gonna clean this up here really quick, and then the next thing you do is you can decide which side you want. You could use this side or you could use this side. I'm using this the printed side, the newspaper looking side on the outside. So I'm going to fold it and score it, and I'm gonna do all sides. Okay, so even the flap, and so basically that's all you need to do. And I am folding these two in first, so the flaps on the first, and then I'm going to put the bottom flap on later. So I love my multi-liquid glue, so it's perfect for projects like this. Super easy. Lately I've been using this a lot, actually, a lot more than before. So somehow I'm loving this more. And it's also 10% off today and tomorrow, November 27th and 28th. So, and here we made a little envelope. Isn't this cute? I love it. So what we'll do next is basically, here we are. So I already punched a couple of things. Once again, I used, for this project, I used 3 punches. I used the Starburst, which I love because it's great for layering. Then I used the Pretty Label, which also is great for layering. And the Sprig Punch, which is awesome. You can do so much with this. I've seen the cutest projects with this, so, and it's perfect for Christmas, and I hope we get to keep this to play with it for other times too, because it's a really awesome punch. I have already punched these for us so that I don't have to waste your time. I used Old Olive paper, Whisper White, and my favorite Gold Glimmer for the sprigs. So it's very easy. The next thing we'll do is I basically, as you can see, I use these gorgeous dies, and I colored them. So let me show you how I made those. Okay, I already made at least one of the roses. You can see it's right here. So let me grab my Big Shot. It's right here, handy dandy, right next to me. And there we go. I hope you can see this well. I'm only showing this to you because this one is a 2-step one, and I had a friend who asked me a question about that, how you line it up. So I just want to make sure that you can see it. So first, you're just gonna go ahead and place it down just on a big enough paper that it fits, and you'll run it through. No special techniques on that. Let me just get this out, and let me poke out the little papers that are stuck in there. It's very easy to work with, by the way. And then let me get this off here too. I have a well-used board. Okay, so here is what you want to do. So as you can see, I have this piece here, which is going to cut out the leaves. And we have this piece that has already cut out the majority of the flower. So you basically want to line this up as close as possibly, but not too close. So this is kind of what it's gonna look like. So maybe I would say maybe a millimeter, you know, away from, if you can see this here. So it's not far, right? And that's kind of how you wanna place it down. And we're going to cut it. And let's hope we didn't move it. I'm gonna check on that. I want a nice flower. This is where the magnetic platform comes very handy. And I should have used that. Anyway, so that's basically what that is. If you have the magnetic platform, that's awesome. Okay, so here we are. And we have a beautifully die-cut rose. It's perfect, right? I love this. So let's remove this. Next, what we want to do is, because as you can see, mine is colorful, right? And I used Whisper white paper here. So very easy, and it's a really good tip. You can always die cut anything in any color, and you can use your markers to color it the way you want it, right? So it's pretty cool. So I'm just going to take a little silicone sheet, and I already cut one of them, so, and colored as well. And I'm gonna color this one now. Now, see, as you can see, it comes, you know, like this way. So you could put it this way if you wanted, but if you can see, I placed them, I placed this one like this, and then that one like that, you would think, right? But no, I flipped it around. So this way, it's going to work kind of in a different direction, right? It's in a different direction. So that's kind of what I was trying to achieve. So this particular die is very forgiving as far as that goes, because we're going to color it. So it's going to be cool. So I'm coloring this side. And all you do is very easy. It's so forgiving. No special talents for this. As long as you can color lines, I think you're good to go. And I'm trying to do this quickly for you so I don't bore you to tears with my coloring. And it's just a very, it takes about 30 seconds hopefully. So anyway, I'm gonna color this part as well. So the colors I'm using is Cherry Cobbler. On this particular one, it's Cherry Cobbler. Where is the color on this? Light. I'm using the light one. And I'm going to use for the leaf, I'm using dark old olive. Just so you know, in case you're wondering. But I will have this in my blog post and you can look that up easily. Okay, so there we go. We're done with our little flower too. It's a beautiful rose. Next, I'm going to stamp my sentiment. And I love this Botanical Bliss stamp set because there is a happy birthday, especially for your best wishes, friend, and then to and from. And it's really great when you're trying to give it to someone as an envelope, you know, and, you know, it's kind of cool to put that or you use it as a tag. So I already have this on my trusty block. I'm using soft suede to stamp it on, and I'm using it on the pretty label. And there it is. I actually stamped straight. Yay. Okay, so all we're gonna do now is assemble this. I'm gonna add a little bit of glue. Again, I'm using liquid glue. It's super easy and fun, and it dries quick. I love that. I'm trying to make this simple. It's not an overbearing, you know, with lots of stuff on card. I mean, excuse me, envelope. And this would you would definitely want to hand deliver. I don't think this would go through the postal service. Anyway, I'm just gonna put this on the middle, not too much, because I would like to layer these underneath. So I just want to have enough space so there's no glue right there. So I'm gonna put this in the middle. And before I do, yeah, okay, I just want to make sure we're not upside down, because I've done upside down projects. How many of you have done that? Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of glue, and that's why this is great, because you can add the liquid glue easily on very thin lined projects. Let me see, make sure you can see this, and just add enough glue not a ton, but enough. And just stick it underneath, like so. And I'm gonna add glue to this as well. Okay, and we're going to place this one underneath as well. And there. And the very last thing we do is add our little sprig. I love this punch. So there. And this will dry very quickly, you'll see. I love it. And we're done with our envelope. Is this cute? I think it's so fun. Anyway, thank you for watching this. Hope you liked it. It was a very quick demo, but I wanted you to see how to make an envelope with our papers and our punches and our gorgeous dies and our thinlits, framelits, whatever we want to call them. And once again, my name is Ava, and I would love for you to visit my website, ilovetostamp.com, and the November host code will be listed on there, but it's here for you as well. And thank you for watching.